Hello, it's Fiona and Marlene here from Independence Live Media. Just to give you a heads up about our forthcoming show, Mibbes, which will be starting on the 22nd of February at 8 o'clock.
The first one, which is called A Green New Deal. This was a talk which Craig Dale of Commonweal gave to Yes Glasgow Southside. I sat in on it. I really enjoyed it. And it was happening around about the time, of course, of COP26. So there's quite a lot of interplay between Craig's ideas for a really, actually, it's a radical Green Deal for Scotland. It's not just the usual stuff that you might think of. It's really radical. But he intertwined that with talking about the impacts or lack of them on climate change. I hope people really enjoy it. I think it's excellent.
I thought it was a great one to start with, and particularly coming on the heels of COP26. Yeah. As we said, the 22nd of February, it's going to be live streamed. But if you miss it, don't worry, because you will be able to catch it on the Independence Live YouTube channel.
8 o'clock, isn't it?
8 o'clock. So if you want to watch Broadcasting Scotland first at 7 p.m, you can do.
You're good.
And switch over to us for 8 o'clock. Switch over to
us at 8 o'clock. And so A Green New Deal for Scotland and Craig Dale. So that's the first episode. Then in March, we get to episode 2. And episode 2 is called A New Currency for Scotland. It is a meeting that was organised by the Scottish Independence Convention under their sort of sub-branch, Voices for Scotland. They got together a panel of people to talk us through this. So the panel members are Peter Ryan. So Peter has written a paper for Scottish Independence Convention about currency, about setting it up, about the pros and cons and the how easy or how difficult that might be. You can find the actual paper on Scottish Independence Convention website. So it's Peter Ryan, and he gives a presentation of his paper, and then there's a question and answer discussion happens between Peter, Tim Rideout, Karen van Sweden, and Robbie Mochrie. And after they've all had a chance to comment on what Peter said, and they pick him up on a few points, then there's an open question and answer with the audience.
It's the 22nd of March. That'll be Tuesday at 8 p.m. Episode 3 will be on the 19th of April. Again, Tuesday, 8 o'clock. And this is Alan Armstrong, who was a founder member of the Radical Independence Campaign. And this is a really interesting discussion because it comes from the perspective of socialists. In fact, I think he's also a communist as well as a socialist. So it is that left wing of the spectrum, which is important that we hear all the voices. He does come at it from an interesting angle. And yes. I think you'll enjoy that.
Yeah, and he's one of the founders of Radical Independence Campaign. And I always thought it was a bit of a shame they never managed to break through into getting any seats at Holyrood, but maybe after independence, they may do that.
There's a lot of people with those views and their contribution to building a new Scotland, just like the contribution of those on the right.
Exactly.
It's really important if we're going to have a country that works for everybody. So good to hear those kind of views.
Good. We're really looking forward to finding out what people think of the programmes, how they respond to them. So if you watch any of them, or even if you just watch a wee bit of one, put a comment in on the YouTube channel, or you'll find us on Facebook, Independence Live on Facebook. Be great to hear what people think of them.
It would. And if you're doing an event, maybe you're a Yes group or Pensioners for India or Women for India or whoever, if you're doing an event which you think actually would be really good for people who are still in the process of making their mind up, then please get in touch with us, because we're able to hopefully get your message out to a wider audience. So we're happy to do that. Our email address, if you want to get in touch with us, is mibbeseye@independencelive.net. And if anybody is still in the process of making their mind up and you'd like to come on and chat with us about the show or give a response to what you've seen, again, get in touch, because we'd love to hear from you.